Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Along This Spiritual Journey. So, are you capable of reframing your own behavior, or do you need someone to tell you when to reframe your own behavior? One of the things I've learned on this spiritual journey is the sense of control of how we interact with others and how we experience this world. The thing that makes sense to me to use as an example is gentle parenting. I have seen so many people still keep thinking gentle parenting is about talking softly to that child to get that child to understand. No, the inner child work that you're talking about is you. Would you yell at little you for doing the same thing, and how would that make you feel? And then you go back and think, little me, would we like someone walking up to us and talking to us this way, or would we like to talk to ourselves a different way? And then we get to decide yes or no. And then we implement it, we utilize it, we choose to reframe our behavior. If you choose to yell, that's a choice. You're just going to raise a kid who's going to get conditioned to your yelling, and they're not going to listen even more. Remember, we are conditional beings. Everything is about programming us. Everything is about training and teaching us. So if you teach me how to block out noise, I'm going to block out noise. And then when you say, the only thing that works is yelling, okay, I guess. It is what it is. I'm not judging anyone in any sort of situation. But some great examples. I was at the laundromat this weekend, full of families, mostly mothers, beautiful. They had their kids there. Everybody was chilling, hanging out. You had one mom yelling, constantly yelling, get over here, get over here, get over here. But she wasn't doing anything. And then when she got fed up, you know what it was? You want a belt? Threat, right? There was no correction of behavior. There was no respect or rapport built. It's just threats and fear. Now, mind you, there's another mother. This mother who's yelling at the one, she only got 2 kids with her. This other mother, she got 4, actually 5 kids with her. And they were all sitting still, well-behaved, doing what they needed to do. And when they started to act out, she didn't yell. You know what she did? She walked over to them silently and said, who are you trying? Do you understand what's happening right now? And she explained the behavior that made her speak to them. And then she explained to them why she spoke to them that way. And then she asked them if they understood. And in this moment, this child has a choice to reframe their behavior and do it on their own without a fear tactic. Now, yes, there is a level of intimidation when she's speaking to them because there's probably fear of when they get home, she might tear that butt up. But it's not her main threat, right? You understand where I'm going with? This is not me judging parental abilities. This is me saying there's ways to recognize how to reframe our behavior. And as we do this, we teach ourselves how to go out into the world and interact with others if we do it right. If we don't do it right, we go out into the world and expect others to act the way we want them to act based on how we're responding to how they're acting. And this is where you get Karens, right? You're supposed to be doing this according to who, right? I want people to make this make sense. It is a choice. It is a personal choice to conform and join a group of hate. If you are around a bunch of people who are like, that ain't gonna work for me, that ain't gonna work for me, then it's not gonna work for you. You just told me right there you don't want to do the work. And I'm not going to force you. Come back when you're ready. When you see people who are doing the work and the work is working from them and you don't understand, don't judge them and say, well, that's different. That ain't gonna work on my kids. My kids are different. Okay, I guess. To me, all I see is a human being. Every human being I've ever met has its own identity and its understanding of what is survival. Do I interact with this energy? Is it going to give to me or is it going to hurt me? That is the initial interaction for a child. Once they grow past that understanding, that's when we start creating stereotypes and different subcultures of who we believe we are, because it's easier to fit into that than to try to explain who we are and understand that what we do is a choice that we make, and those choices that we make are the byproduct of the behavior that we create, right? This is why I say it's important to know how to talk to yourself, not how to talk to other people. Because if you don't know how to talk to yourself, you are very much going to be incapable of handling any type of confrontation, argument, or disagreement. Because to me, those are not a challenge. For some people, confrontation is a challenge. I remember when I used to work in the hotels and I would see everyone running away from the problem customer. And I took it head on. I was like, I have no problem working with this person. You know why? Because I know the foundation of my life. I know the foundation of my soul. I know the foundation of my identity. And if all I'm doing is a task and a job, that's not my identity. So anything that is attached to this person or thing that is conformed to negativity, I don't take it on. If someone brings me negative behavior, I let them. The biggest and best blessing I've ever let people do is make a fool of themselves. If somebody wants to jump in the middle of the floor and start crying and rolling around, let them. And I'm going to stand there and watch like, okay. Okay, because that's all I got for you. I got to the point of when I would react and respond, I was getting sucked into that person's energy. I was reframing who I was to reframe to fit their behavior. And so now we're both stuck in this frame of, well, here's our experience. This is what it is. This is our reality. It's only true because everyone around me is experiencing it, and everyone around me says it's incapable of being any other truth, so I have to accept it as my truth. And now I'm going to modify and change my identity and behavior to fit this truth. If you want to. That's all I'm going to keep saying. It's a choice. It's simply a choice to wake up and have a good day or a bad day. And believe it or not, I have bad days. I don't have the best of days. But during those days, I also say, am I having a bad moment? Am I having a bad day? If it's a bad moment, I let it go. If it's a bad day, then I say, take a break. Walk away from everything, sit it down, and let yourself rest. Because what I hear is that child is tired of trying to be someone that it's not. So it's just going to stop playing. It's going to stop entertaining. It's going to stop interacting. And then and I'm talking about inner soul work right now with the child, not physical work. But it's the same thing for physical children. If all they understand is your stuck behavior, they're going to modify to fit it. But that doesn't mean that they're going to listen or even approve of anything you say. They're just going to find ways to manipulate you. And as long as you're happy with how the manipulation works, then you believe you're right. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to ask questions and readjust and discard things that don't work for you so that you can implement the things in life that do work for you. Simply reframing how you feel in a split-second moment can change everything. Ask people in jail. I promise you, they'll say the same thing. It comes down to one split-second moment of, do I need to do this? Do I need to react this way? Do I need to feel this way? And if the answer is no, my love, guess what? That's emotional intelligence. You've passed part of the test. Now it's about implementation. How do I get myself out of a situation that is now not meant for me? Right? This is where I tell people, when you choose to conform to fit something that is not built for you, but you want to just keep praising it because it gets results, you're going to be lost in this little human world for a very, very long time. A very, very long time. Because at the end of the day, it's always about weighing that feather against that scale. And if you know you did the best of your ability to help that baby soul inside of that baby human, or that baby soul inside of that adult human find its way without you trying to control it or be disregarding of it, you get it. You know what to do. Just make that choice. Make the choice that fits. And you'll have your clarity. All right? Love you.